Hey guys, back at it. This is day 263 and 264 in my 1 year daily diary challenge. Going to do a combo episode of these 2 days of the weekend. If you've not been here before, this daily diary was prompted through a meditation devotional session. First, I started with 100 days, and then I personally decided to keep it going for a whole year. It's been an amazing journey, so let's get into it. Day 263 would be Saturday. And so Saturday was a completely chill day. So I slept in. I didn't have an alarm. I didn't do shit all day, really. I literally just stayed in my pajamas. I did start the wash to get going, but I basically just moved with what I felt I needed to do. And I just hung out at home, and like I said, it was very lazy. I did some TV watching and did some stuff on my phone and did some stuff on the computer. I have been really trying to, maybe not because I'm watching TV shows, but not be on social media as much, and seeing other people's stuff and seeing what's going on and seeing like the news headlines and seeing all this stuff. So I think I'm going more into like this, watching shows. And I had just had this realization after the end of the day that I should start picking up fiction books, which are not my typical book to read, but fiction books really help with your imagination and just a lot of things, and books versus movies, because you're really not doing a lot of thinking. It's just projected right in front of you. So at the end of the day, I really that was my realization, is I needed to start getting into reading fiction just to get those creative juices flowing in a different way than I'm used to. But yeah, lots of TV watching. I wouldn't say it was like the most spiritual, amazing, deep day, but it was a lot of me relaxing and just following the flow, heating pad on my back, drinking the sparkling waters, having snacks. I did have a long conversation with my Florida crush, and then I talked to my kids. My mom butt dialed me, and so we did talk a little bit, just catching up with what was going on with her, which is, I've been also trying to follow the flow of things and people contacting me and connecting with me. So that's been great. And it's been great for me to continue in the morning, 5 minutes before I grab my phone, before I get out of bed, and 5 minutes at night before I go to sleep, to do these meditation, just empowering words for those times when I'm diving deeper into my subconscious, to just, get myself in this different mode. I've said it before. I feel like a different person, more so than I have before. To me, I feel the shift, and I'm continuing to feel the shift. And it's just, it's exciting, but it's also sad too, because I feel almost like I'm in this limbo, not 100% in limbo, but I'm between worlds, where it's like the old, I could see both worlds still. I could see the old and I could see the new, and I'm in the middle, and I'm not sure how to move through this middle space before I actually push through and am immersed into the new side. So I'm feeling a little bit like that. But I would say the whole day today was just chill, relaxing, just what a Saturday needed to be. Beautiful weather outside. I enjoyed the weather from inside, looking out the windows. That's what I do love about my place, is that a lot of windows and a lot of privacy. So I'm not looking at neighbors. I'm just looking at beautiful flowers and trees. So then I went to bed kind of late. I did fall asleep on the sofa. I was going to go dancing, but I didn't feel like it was a good idea with my back still feeling a little tight and sore. It would have been fun, but I would have pushed myself past my limit and possibly, just continued to have it sore. So I just didn't go and went to sleep, woke up the next morning, Sunday, and did the same thing. No alarm, slept in, but I did get into doing like some stretching and vibration plate and acupressure and grounding. I got into a quick sauna, and then I got my stuff ready for a mini women's retreat that is happening. So this is going to be beautiful because I don't know really what's happening other than sound therapy and lunch. So I brought my, normal, really thick, cushy mats and my blanket and my new pillow, my eye mask, my journal, my chapstick. I brought all the things that I normally bring for the sound baths or breath work, and set up, got to connect with some people. I was like front and center, really getting the vibrations of the musical instruments and the sound. There was a lady there who had gemstones and precious rocks, and she was like talking. She gifted everyone selenite and something else, I can't remember, citrite maybe. So everybody had these two stones, and she talked about them, and then we went into our sound therapy. And then after that, we wrapped it up and we went to lunch, and we had a beautiful lunch. And after lunch, we did this main character energy exploratory walk. And I would have to say, like, we all circled up. We all did some mild improv. And then we took our journals and found like where nature was drawing us and how we could kind of turn it from looking within the thing that drew us to it. And then all circled up again around the fire, wrote down something that we wanted to release to the fire and let go. And then we put all of our, like, one line from each of our journals into a poem, and it was just like an amazing poem that we all collaborated on. And then we had just like some time around the fire, and there was a beautiful lake there that we had some tea in the morning before things got started. So it was just a lovely day of connecting and women's empowerment and goodness, excuse me, getting back to like yourself, getting back to like with this new season, what do we need to release? What do we need to bring in? How can we kind of like remove those walls around us and connect with a community and people around us? Because the biggest thing that I walked away from this event was, I already knew this, but a lot of other people didn't. It's like we all have the same problems. We all feel the same, even though we might not show it. We all feel nervous. We all feel a little like unsure of ourselves. Like if we're going to something by ourselves, us women, we like to go to things where we know people. We have somebody to connect with, that we already have connected. There are some people who are more outgoing and don't need that all the time, but so it was just good to get together with a bunch of women, hang out, do this like a whole day of restoration, and it was just beautiful. So I walked away with some really lovely connections, with just some peace and just a new mindset of where I'm now going in this next stage. I also, walked away with new, like I said, new connections, business-wise and personal-wise. Yeah, it was just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. And I always look at it like, the people who were there were supposed to be there. The way that I interacted with them was supposed to happen. And I'll learn from it because I walked away and I was like, oh, there were some things that like I said that were just like really stupid. And like, I felt like I was fumbling. But I can learn from that, and nobody's going to remember that I fumbled. I'm the only one who's going to remember it. So it was a great day. But then after that, I came home and got something to eat, and then talked to my Florida crush again on the phone, talked to my kids, got into watching a new vampire witch series, which is really kind of cool. And then put myself to bed pretty early and just settled in because we're going to get to another week of school, of normal routine, of, you know, continuing to purge the house of things that we don't need, getting ready for moving season. We are moving at the end of June. So I would say the beginning of March is when we're going to go. No, because we're in March. The beginning of May is when we're going to go to Florida for a week and a half and bring some more stuff down. But that is going to be the start of packing. So boxes and packing. I would say 2 months of packing is probably adequate to go at a slower pace. But like I always do, I'm just going to go with the flow and the pace of things and what feels natural. So we shall see. And then I have some really exciting things coming up too. My solo weekend to Florida, where I'm going to connect with a few people. And it seems like it's not going to be as work related as I anticipated, but that's fine. It's going to materialize the way it should. And I'm not going to force anything. So we shall see. But thank you guys so much for being here, for listening in, for supporting me this way. Subscribe, share, comment, like, all of the things or none of the things. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Have an amazing, fabulously awesome, magical day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.